In the previous video, we discussed SCC's architectural framework. Now we're going to discuss the necessary steps performed for a successful deployment of the SCC appliance. First of all, we need to plan for your hardware requirements. So let's discuss the different options. In the installation guide we provide, we show a table for both minimum requirements and preferred requirements. We suggest strongly option number 2 for 2 reasons. You might want to think ahead for potential growth in your data center, and today you might have the immediate need to manage and monitor at large scale many servers in a data center. So let's review each hardware option in detail. You have option number 1, the minimum requirements of a Gold processor, Intel Gold processor. The memory itself is 192G. Your disk space is 2 terabyte drive. 2 terabyte is definitely the capacity size we strongly recommend. Anything lower than that will be a challenge for you. We're saying here SSD. You can also look at an option for NVMe if you have an NVMe drive. That might be more preferable. Actually, it might be faster than SSD. And then, of course, your product SKU there, we're giving you an example there of a 1029U for the minimum option requirements. So let's look over at option number 2. Option number 2 is a Platinum 8368 Intel processor, 256G of memory, drive, 2 terabyte of drive. Again, you can use an NVMe drive in place of the SSD. And we're giving you an example of a big twin. As I mentioned, any product SKU within Supermicro could be used depending on these hardware requirements itself. This could be something that is in your inventory currently, or you might be constrained based on your budget itself. In the table, we did not mention 2 NICs necessary for both the minimum requirement and the preferred requirement. Other Supermicro servers, as I mentioned, can be used. Let's now touch on the installation steps for your SCC appliance. Number 1, you configure the SCC appliance itself. You obtain software dependencies, VM guest instance creation, instantiate VM guest instances, and deploy CADE's infrastructure. There will be other videos to follow that break down each step in detail.